most incredible day today. I don't quite know how I fit it in. I've done a bridal bouquet, I've made bunches for London to take in, I've made bunches for the flower shed. I have then delivered all of those things into London, including buckets to a florist. Then I came back, I met another florist on the field. Then I went to the Grove and hustled at the hotel, the Grove, near where we live, to try and get them to do take my flowers. Then came back, got Jazz, she was having a play day. And then me and Jazzy came, had a bit of food, and then we went back to the field, did pick your own, harvested everything for the flower stall, and legged it back here to do this. Boom. So I'm here, and I'm definitely in need of this. So cheers to Friday night, thank you for joining me. Allotment Lucy is here to answer your questions. This week I'm going to do a little bit more because I accidentally made up an extra bunch. So when I make up the arrange along flowers, I always make up mine, I wrap it in paper, put it in with the flower gel so it's exactly as you get it, and then I put it to one side for a day. But I accidentally made up another one, and so I've basically got two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange one in a regular vase like we always do together, and then I'm also going to arrange one using a frog and a bowl, because I'd really like to start to show you some different types of arranging, and but I don't want to do that as the main thing in case you don't have a frog. So before though, I'm going to do what I did last week, which is taking last week. So this is my flowers. I forgot to change the water again. I was away last weekend, but these are my flowers now. So I am going to, from last week, I've got my 3 bud vases with lovely clean water, and I'm going to decide what is still usable, what definitely needs to go in the compost, and I'm going to get some more out of them. This is, oh, the snapdragon's seen better days, but the Ami, that looks lovely still. I also, the dahlia has dried, but I think that looks really pretty, so I'm going to put that in. And then, whoo, look at that, how that has opened up. That's amazing. So I'm going to put that one in, and got that, a bit of a strantia, and the bells, if I take off the bottom bit, that's really good too. And put that in, and maybe some of this statice, that would be great. So put a bit of statice in, and then I think that is 3 bud vases worth. What's it, Daisy says? Oh, look who was in there! A snail in there. Slightly worrying, isn't it? Well, that is extraordinary that it's got in the house. Let's not tell James. Whoopsie.
It's a side effect of having.
I know, well the flowers are already quite a lot already for him to handle, and then bugs, and the biggest thing that he gets, it winds him up, are these.
I know. Well,
they get everywhere. These are the off-cut stems of when you're doing it, and I'm not meant to do floristry arranging in the kitchen. I've got a little outhouse for that, but obviously sometimes it's just speed, and I do, especially when he's not here, and he's like, what's this? Oh, I thought I found them all. Anyway, so little bud vases, just wanted to show you. I am going to start, now I keep saying I'm going to do this, but obviously I'm so busy, but I am going to start to sell these as a set of 3 so that you can order these. You'd have to get them separately from the arrange along flowers, so I don't know, actually maybe I could put them in there with them, but I'm going to order them because I just really think that to get the most out of your bunches, putting them in these after a week would be amazing. So when I get myself sorted, I will be doing that. Right. Let's do the arrangement for, actually this was the one that I still have cut the string on it. I haven't even done anything with it, I just cut the stems off and popped it in a jug of water. So let's do what we do every week in the actual normal arranging, and then I'll see what we can create differently with the frog. Right, so first first, I'm going to cut off all my side buds on my dahlias. Now you can keep them on if you want to keep them on, or you can cut them off. But I'm going to cut them off today. And then I'm going to make my way through everything else that I've got and take everything off the stems. So we've got dahlias, we've got zinnias. Crazy stem. Love a crazy stem though. This is the beauty of British flowers, crazy stems. We have got scabiosa. We've got a little mini sunflower. I love these. I'm definitely growing these again next year. They've been so sweet to have in arrangements. That zinnia looks a little bit worse for wear, but I'm still going to use it. We've also got straw flowers, which will open out, especially if this gets more light. So they close up when it gets dark and then they open out. There's a term for that, isn't there?
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday. It's light photo do. Anyway.
No.
But yeah, there's a term for that. We've got Achillea or yarrow. I only hear the Americans call it yarrow, but I think yarrow is the common name. We've got Verbena bonniaris. We have got Cosmos in two forms. So this is double click cranberries. And then we've also got some apricotta. Really autumnal colours. And I'm just stripping the leaves off those as well. You might want to leave those bits on, you might want to take them off, but I quite like the elegance of a bare Cosmos stem, so I'm taking them off. And I probably should have taken a few more of these. The leaves of Achillea really do look a bit shriveled, so I always take those off. Bells, if you've got any bits of brown on your bells, take them off. I'm going to leave those bits on, but you can take yours off if you want to. I'm just going to remove the bell. When you remove the bells, go down like that because there are spikes underneath. This one, on this Bells of Ireland, has got shriveled leaves, so I'm cutting those off. Okay. Then we've got Panicum, frosted sparkling fountain. That's right. So I'm taking the leaves off that. Use that. It actually really feels really nice. Get into that delirious time of tired. And then we've got a snapdragon, an antirrhinum. This is a bit unfortunate. This is my Dorcas, but even though it's shriveled, I really like it still. So then we've got some Status, and you know that this will dry beautifully. So when you've finished with it in your sort of fresh arrangement, do dry it along with these, the straw flowers, the helichrysum, because then you'll be grateful for it when you've got a little stash of dried things that you can use to make wreaths or something in the winter months. Okay, right, there we go. Everything is prepared. So that's everything that I do, and I try to line it up so that I can see what I'm working with. Right, I've got one of my lovely vases. Again, these are going to be for sale online. Probably not at the same time. I am planning, if there any of you who have watched me since Lisa Comfort Home days, and I had all those beautiful jugs and different things for sale, I am going to be doing that. Again, I'm going to have them for sale, certainly for the Christmas time. So I think it's unlikely though that they're going to get up before October, but just letting you know.
Every week I'm tempted to buy.
They're lovely, aren't they? And they're not too, they're £20, so they're sort of impulsy.
There's so many colours on them every
I know, I have every colour, I have to say. It is good to have it because then depending on the colour palette you're working with, you've got that now. I don't know why I put those in first, I never do that. Interesting. Going in with bells, let's get the bells in. Take you out, wasn't thinking, I was chatting. And then let's get those dahlias in. And the wibbly wobbly.
Oh, I love it.
I love it, it's cute, isn't he? He's got all sorts of personality. I have actually cut these stems quite short, so I'm hoping the Achillea is going to give us some height. And we've got the snapdragon, put that in there. Put these in. Okay, right, I'm going to sort of start to come around and see what shape's taking form there. Okay, so what do I need to shorten, what do I need to lengthen. Let's put this in. I'm going to shorten some of those stems. Sorry, you're getting my ear on the side of me, but I find it very hard to do this to a camera and not see how it's looking. So use that status to cover those stems, makes it a lot more attractive. Now this stem is not an attractive stem, but I want to have it quite at the forefront of the arrangement because I do love it. So we'll cut that off there. Again, straw flower stems aren't the most attractive, but put that in there, so it's slightly above. Then we're into some attractive stem vibes now. So I love these, the scabious and how they look. I also feel like I've lost my, put them back in, so they're bobbling around. Bobble, bobble, bobble. They're like little bobble pom-poms. And I want to see that. I want to see a bit of that stem length as well. And then, diffusing, opening that up. Okay, I can put that in more close to the front actually. That's better. And then that. I'm not going to go with anything too high just because it's because of my vase. This is the largest I would go with a vase with this amount of flowers, but that is all quite low. So I don't want to suddenly have something really high, it wouldn't work. If I had a narrower, thinner vase, I probably would have gone with more height, but I've gone with sort of a rounder shape on that one. That's what felt right. So there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put this, hold that up closely to you. I'm going to put that to one side and
It's one of those days.
oh my life! Just bear with me everyone, I can't leave that there. But, this is live television. The beauty of live. Obviously this isn't television, this is homemade television. So there's no runner.
Before you drop the light.
I know! I think I should have it in a tumbler. It would be less likely to fall. Right, I can leave the floor, I can cope with
Or it
that.
would make a more drastic fall.
Yes. Well, I was quite pleased that nothing broke then. Right, never mind. Okay, come back to that later. Move the wine out of the way. So, frog time. Let's have a look at that. So we've got a frog. This is a frog. They are metal. You can get them in all sorts of sizes and they'll sit in any kind of container and they will hold the stems in a different way. So I'm not quite sure if I've got the right amount of flowers here for this size, but I'm going to try. So what you can create with a frog is you can basically create different shapes. And for dahlia stems, they're great because dahlia stems are so thick, they really hold well in a frog. Now this is also, when I would normally do a frog arrangement, I would take a lot of time. I'm just going to do this quickly just to demonstrate it. So, but I think you can get these, dare I say, on Amazon. I know you can get them everywhere really now. So and they're not overly expensive and they last forever. So it's a worthwhile investment. Okay, so I'm just sort of at the moment trying to create, oh dear, we've lost one there. Create some shape. And really, you need quite a bit of this status because ideally that covers all of the stems. You're hungry, darling. Okay, Jasmine's just there rubbing her tummy at me. It's a good sign, darling. That's a good sign. Okay, I will sort you out with some more food. Do you want to have an orange?
Yeah, okay.
Have a tangerine. Okay, so I'm just going. These are great because they do fill in a lot of space, and they hide the stems. Okay.
Got one. This is Poppy
No, darling. Thank you. Okay. It's looking a bit odd at the moment, but we'll go with
Let's have a
it.
look.
We'll go with it. It's. Not sure about you. We'll see what happens. So you can see this is just a bowl, so you could use a cereal bowl and you basically can create. Darling, don't come into the camera. Come round there.
I need a knife.
You don't need a knife for an orange.
It's so hot.
Friday crazy.
Oh, oh.
Okay, it is looking a bit odd. I'm going to make that shorter. What I love about this is you can pull them back out of where they were. And this is not going to be quite enough flowers for this size bowl, because the idea of a bowl arrangement is it will sit in the centre of a table and you'll be able to enjoy it from every angle. So you do need quite a few flowers. But what you could do is you could use the flowers that I've sent and then use foliage from your garden to fill in the gaps. How's that looking? It's bare at the back, but I'm trying to create the shape from this side, so I need a lot more foliage. I need more foliage. There we go. That is not quite. You can see, if we have a little bit more, I'd be able to fill the whole of this and create some really interesting shapes because of the frog. I'm already, look at that. You can really enjoy that sticking out on its own. And you wouldn't get that, obviously, with a regular vase. I've got this piece is really annoying me. I'm just going to try and shove this in a bit more. Here. There we go. There we go. Nice. Getting there. Anyway, very different from what you can create in a vase. Frogs are so lovely, and to create different shapes, to create things that are a bit more creative. I mean, I think that although if I turned it around, there's literally only half an arrangement, I love how that's looking already. Look at how it just showcases the funny little wiggly wobbly stems. It gives it movement. So, recommend getting a frog. I probably will do something, maybe I'll do a recorded video or something where I can take time and show you with more flowers on what to do with a frog. I might do that on Instagram as well. So, yeah, watch this space. Anyway, that is this week. I'm really pleased. I've shown you 3 different arrangements, so that was a good one. So obviously these are your flowers that you all received, and yeah, these are them arranged with the frog. So don't forget to share your creations on Instagram with the hashtag Jazzy Rose Flowers so we can all see them. And remember, if you can, to change your water, and then they will last longer. And of course, you can always just grab some jam jars or something like that and take the stems out once the rest of them are died and enjoy them separately, so that you've got a bit more life left in the flowers. Okay, thanks a lot for watching, and thank you to Lucy, Lucy, for being there and telling you all the different flowers that we're using this week. I will see you next week for more flower fun. Bye!